following podcast is brought to you by NT2099 Media and Entertainment and is part of the J Radio Network. You're listening to The J with your host, Kennedy.
Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening to the second episode of The J, Auto Fashion and Technology. How's everyone doing today? I'm your host, Kennedy. And first, I just want to give a plug out for those of you who love Tomica or die-cast, metal vehicles. Check out our Tomica podcast, episode 12, that was just released a few days ago. We should have a Tetsudo Moke podcast coming out soon. And also check out NeoTokyo2099.com for the latest in Japanese entertainment and pop culture. So today, I wanted to follow up with the discussion of the 370, the A370 for Yupiteru. I did make some adjustments to it, and you remember how I was talking about in the first episode how it was very hard to see. Well, it's still very hard to see during the day, and this is what I'm thinking, and this is through the various tests that I did, that the way the machine is programmed is to have the light not super bright during the early morning. As you notice, the satellite, the device pulls from the satellite of the time, the date, and it seems that during the off morning times that the device is very dim, and during the daytime of Japan it's very bright, and that's something that you can adjust in the settings of how bright they are. But of course, if you are living outside of Japan, different time zone, and you have the let's say that it's 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it's going to be very bright. Whereas opposed to 7 or 8 a.m., it's going to be very, very dim. And I think it really has to do with the way the information that the machine gets from the satellites, and it automatically dims itself during those off hours. But I'm trying to look. I went through the settings to look to see how can you make it bright at all times, and I found brightness settings, and I was able to turn that on to full brightness. But unfortunately, I still have not found a way yet to do it. But of course, there's just so many settings in the device that I'm still going through it. I did manage to boost the sensitivity up from low to high. And now what's interesting is that certain stores and certain banks and certain doctors' offices will trigger the radar, the false radar. So I know a lot of people don't like that, so they keep it down low to eliminate those false laser, false radar signals that come in. But I did notice that when I was in front of a bank, all of a sudden level 4 radar, and then when I turn, goes to level 3, then a level 2, then to level 1, and then I was driving by a car dealership, level 1 immediately, went to the freeway, passed by another dealership, level 1 again. So I can see where a lot of people, yes, you could get those false readings, and that's why you want to keep it at low. But at the same time, I think for those of you who want to see if the device really does work outside of Japan, and again, I emphasize that these devices are created for Japan only. They were never designated to work for people to use it outside of the country. But as Amazon becomes more of an international company and people can purchase anything pretty much from other countries, it makes it a lot easier to obtain electronics that because otherwise there is control where they can set it to this device cannot be sold outside of Japan or something like that. That is possible. I mean, even third-party sellers can do that. even music companies and entertainment companies do that sometimes, where they'll put a thing there that's saying, oh, it's only available in Japan, not available outside or can't ship to your address. But so far, a lot of these devices, electronics, can be shipped, because I know with Yupiteru, there's a lot of interest in not just the radar and laser detection, but also for the golf what do you call it? Those monitors. Like, they just released a new one, and we'll talk about that. We'll get into that. But there's just a lot of new things coming out, especially the various drive recorders and so forth that are really causing, really making a buzz. And it's just really, it's really interesting, because there's just technologies that people wish that were in their country. I mean, that is in Japan, were in their country. So as you notice, for the okay, just remember the words vending machine. Yeah, for vending machines, you probably notice in Japan, they've become really advanced as of late. And when you think about it, in the US, they're still using the same technology as they were using probably since the 70s or 80s. It's just like the only thing that's changed is the currency of how much things are. And I mean, I can understand. I can understand of the costs involved, but my gosh, there's just some things that you wish that were being utilized in this day and age. And you pretty much when you're growing up, and you watch maybe anime or even TV shows, especially sci-fi shows of the future. Well, some of that future is already happening now in other countries. It's just not happening here. So I think things are a little bit behind in certain aspects, but it's how it is, I suppose. But of course, it doesn't mean that you don't have to live without it. There's just certain things that that you can still enjoy. And with the ability to purchase things through Amazon, through eBay, or whatever these days, to get electronics from other countries, it's there, it's available. And if you can take advantage of it for your benefit, and as long as it's legal and there's no problem with using it, it's all good. So right now, what I'm trying to experiment with the A370, I was able to boost the sensitivity. Radar comes up, so that's working, so that's good. There was also a time when I was passing by an overpass, and then a voice came up saying that I'm not sure if it was just telling me that there was a car, it detected a car, or too close to a car, or it detected a rest stop or something. It was very fast, didn't get to hear it completely, and of course, because I was driving it early in the morning, it was when it was most dim, and I really need to figure that out. The other thing that I need to figure out also is I was able to replace the basic generic images, but yet I set it to automatically use it as a custom, and that didn't work as well. The other things that I'm trying to figure out also is the custom settings. There are, let's see here. Making the background utilizing a certain color, or to use an image. I tried that, and it's still not popping up, so I need to mess around it a bit more. The other thing that I did was export a log, because I want to know how the log is read and deciphered and so forth. And there is a software offered by Yupiteru, but it's only Japan only. And yes, you can get it if you have a VPN, but it seems that the way Yupiteru does it, they do it by it's not automatic, where you get a machine or like a reply back email, click on here to download. Instead, I think someone has to answer those emails and send you the direct link to the log. Because yeah, it would be cool to if they made it available on the website. They just don't. In terms of having the file just download it like a driver, like you do with your printer or something, where you could just download it and it's ready to go. Not with Yupiteru. The log, you kind of have to pretty much put your name and your email, and then hope someone there at staff will email you back with the link. So that's some of the things I noticed right now. But again, I have no regrets getting the A370. Yes, you don't get the mapping of other countries. Not to say that I don't know if I would assume that the maps that are offered by Yupiteru is pretty much Japan only. But yes, it's not like Google where you have the full maps, and that would be wonderful. But again, that's something that you kind of have to realize. This is a Japan only, made for Japan device. So if it has Japanese maps, you pretty much got to understand that. So can't get too ticked off about that. Also, everything else does work, especially the OBD. I like that. I like how the satellite positioning shows up. I like how it pretty much, you got your time, you got your calendar, you got your has also various things to learn about for your car that also makes you kind of have to learn a different metric system. So if you're used to miles per hour, you kind of have to learn the kilometers per hour, right? So that's something to get used to, especially I'm not sure, was there a temperature gauge or not, but it's just something that you just have to get used to, especially if you plan to live in Japan. It really helps. Oh, another thing, a lot of people ask, well, how can I read the dial if everything is in Japanese? Well, it's the same thing for those who are using those golf meters from Yupiteru. They pretty much use their phone and use an Android device, take a picture, put in picture mode, and it will translate it for you. You could do the same thing with your phone, and you're downloading the Google Translate app, and then you can easily translate what you see on screen. Especially if you want to read the instruction manual, you can do it that way. Don't believe that there's so many limitations that you can't enjoy it, because really in this day and age we have the technology that can really assist and help you out. Even if you're going to Japan and traveling, stuff like Google Maps and Google Translate can go a long way in helping you out, especially when it comes to ordering or communicating. So that's just something important to know. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the websites right now of various technology companies. We'll look at radar and laser detectors to cameras and so forth, just to see what is being offered. And we'll start off with Cellstar. And Cellstar is one of the long-running companies in Japan. When it comes to Japanese technology, they are known as one of the more affordable ones, and also where you don't have to pay a fee just to get maps. They actually provide it, and that's one of the selling points for Cellstar. And I think if there's anything that people kind of complain about, is that among the devices, Cellstar tends to have a lot of false readings, but they improved that. In fact, their new releases, they talk about their improvement of using the new Frederick lenses and so forth. So let's go ahead and take a look at this new technology right here. Let's take a look of that one I was just looking at here. See if it shows up. So this one right here is the let's see if I can get to it. So we got the DAMD styling effect and Cellstar collaboration, and this one is I think it has this little D vehicle right here, but you see right here is a jungle green body color that matches the Jimny. Now those Jimnys are so popular, these vehicles right here. I talk about in my Tomica podcast. Jimnys, it's just one of those vehicles in Japan that are just beloved. And heck, I would love to have a Jimny here in the U.S. But so they have a special jungle green body color that'll match the jungle green color of the Jimny. So if you do get one in jungle green, then you can get these devices in jungle green. You got the drive recorders of the CAD01D, and then you got the radar of the CAD01R. And there is an optional RO118 that you can hang it near the roof inside the car. I'm not sure if there's a picture of that, but there are various ways that Cellstar, they sell a few things just to hang it, depending if you want to hang it on your window or keep it on the dash. For me, it's always a good preference to put it on the window if you can, because it uses a thin layer strip, whereas putting on a dash, if you have a dashboard that's highly polished, it may not stick on. So that's just something to know. There's also an exclusive opening with this one, and it has a dedicated opening screen, and it's being distributed on a special page, they say. So that's a pretty cool artwork right there. And then you get original standby screens, map colors, car icons, screensavers, and it's a limited new design only for collaboration models. And you can see the selectable car icons. You can get the Jimnys right here. I think that's very cool. And then you get a little screensaver. So that's another plus. So let's see here. Benefit that you can connect the radar to this drive recorder. So you can use, by connecting the drive recorder, the CAD01D, and the safety radar CAD01R, you can use the radar screen to check, operate, and set the drive recorder video. It also acquires GPS information and OBD2 information from the safety radar and supplies power. So I think that's a really cool thing, a major plus. And let's see here. So it's equipped with a Starvis IMX307 with a simultaneous front and rear full HD recording. This one comes a full high definition recording with night clear version 2 for the main camera, and the separate camera is strong at night and can record high definition and detailed images. So look at this right here. So this is the night clear version 2, and you can see it, how it is able to get this these photos. Looks like they took this in the Marumie area, but I cannot confirm that. But this one comes equipped with IMX307 Starvis, which has a sensitivity of 2000 MV or per 1 UM2. So that means that it provides high image quality in the visible light region as well as the near infrared region. This is a back illuminated pixel technology for CMOS image sensors used in surveillance cameras. So the Starvis is a registered trademark of Sony Corporation. So they have that technology included. But you could see the before and the well, this is the forward, this is the front, and this is from the rear, from the body, the full HD recording from a body camera, and it does full HD recording, so you can go 1280, 720 to 1920 to 1080, and it's equipped with HDR high dynamic range, so it reduces blown out highlights and blocked up shadows even when sudden changes in brightness occur. So this is with the HDR on, so that's pretty cool. And of course you got a super capacitor, safe even if the power cable is disconnected. Even if the power cable is disconnected due to an impact of an accident, it will continue to operate until the recorded image is saved normally, preventing people from missing a shot. So I think that's pretty cool. There's a micro SD card maintenance fee. Proprietary system enables stable recording. Cellstar's original file system is applied to the micro SD card. Depending on the set recording quality, the system eliminates fragmentation of recording files and reduces error rates. So that's another plus of that. And of course, when you have the radar here, you get a safe driver support function. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Forward depart warning, lane departure warning, distance keeping warning, rear vehicle approaching warning. So yeah, these are through the body cameras. This is through the separate camera. And of course, it can be set to record, always recording, detects movement, vent shock. My camera does that. You know, sometimes that worried me because my camera will continue to record if there's a bump, and even though the power is off. So I think that it's possible for up to 12 hours after the engine stops. I think it's there's a power supply built in that lets it last for, like, a power supply that I'm not sure how long it lasts, but it protects your battery. Because I know that with mine goes into a cigarette adapter, and when a cigarette adapter is cut off, power is cut off. So I think a lot of these drive recorders are including such a feature, such as a power supply. So I think that's a positive right there. In fact, there's been many times where I had to use drive recorder information. Let's say there's an accident. My camera picked that up. There was a theft in the area, and even police was asking if my car camera recorded anything of anyone moving, and I had to sift through my video footage to look at that. But yeah, that's some of the benefits of having this drive recorder cameras. Mainly also for a lot of cameras are including side theft and giving you a 360 image. So just in case that you need full coverage, not just the front and the rear. Yeah, 360 cameras are becoming a big thing these days. But again, looking at here, if you are involved in a car accident involving tow truck transportation within 1 year after registering for free in advance, the system will compensate you for the cost of repurchasing the drive recorder and its expenses. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, there's a continuous recording mode. So you could set the parking mode, event recording mode, an event that there was a external impact or accident while driving, it will continuously record without being interrupted. So I think that's pretty cool. Shows right here, and how the recording still goes like 20 minutes and then to 1 minute, and then well, actually, let's see here. So this is more the event, and the other one after event recording mode, and it returns back to continuous recording mode. Okay, cool. And then the micro SD recording times for those of you depending, are wondering what size should I get. You could choose from 8 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes, 32 gigabytes, or 64 gigabytes, and it'll show you full HD. Best to get something like a 64 gigabyte. I mean, that's common sense right there. And quick recording with just one push right here to turn it on. And then after that, there is you can look at the software. Provided software that you can see the recorded video footage. GPS information is added to the recorded data. So I think it's pretty cool, and you can also export it to an XLS file to get a traffic accident report. And it says here also that the Cellstar drive recorder is designed to prevent radio wave interference with the terrestrial digital TV in the car. So the image is absolutely beautiful. Okay. I think a lot of places started doing that because of what happened to Comtech. Comtech was one of the best known drive recorders, and not drive recorders, but they do drive recording, but they also do radar. And the radar frequency was interrupting like certain commercial channels, and that's why they stopped. They got out of the radar business. But I like here that has a 3G sensor custom settings, automatic recording start, and more. So this is something from Cellstar, and it's actually a pretty cool thing. But going back to the Cellstar page, as you can see here right now, when it comes to it comes to technology, here are the main things that they're promoting. There's their isolators. They have 3 radar detectors. One that uses you could get your like a car mirror, and then you could have this little GPS map on the upper right, and then you got the AR333, which is a separate device, not an all-in-one. The VAO3E is one of their entry devices, really cheap, super cheap actually, for those who do not want to spend that much on a radar detector. So I think that's a pretty cool thing that they're releasing. But also there is the GR121 that allows for people to get GPS function, I guess for those of you who need that function. I guess maybe possibly for those who have older devices. But yeah, then they have the new drive recorder, the RD40 and the RD60, as well as that CAD01 that we were just looking at. But yeah, there's quite a bit of technology that Cellstar is releasing. Let's go ahead and check out not this one, but let's look at their safety radars. And here are some of their new ones. Again, the Assura VAO3E is their latest budget release. It's 2.4 inches, so it's very small. But it does have 17 points. Assura AR48LA is one that comes with a remote. The AR37 is another one that is pretty good, not too expensive, but I was looking at this Assura AR48 and I may still get it. The AR33, these are the 3 newer ones that came out, but the AR48 is something that's more of the mid-range, not too expensive. It pretty much has everything that if you want a separate type, you're going to get the AR333. The AR48LA is good, but to be truthful, I think the Assura AR37LC is something that is it's mid-range, I guess. Well, you could say it's more in the lower end towards mid-range, but it offers a lot for the features, and I like how it comes with the emergency function if there's a tsunami or earthquake. Again, it'll just provide Japanese information what's happening, but they have improved things a lot, and this is again a somewhat older model of early 2022. The newer 2022 to 2023 series would be something like the AR4LA and the VAO3. So, but yeah, this is Cellstar right here. For Blitz, Blitz again is a racing company, and they have a lot of technology from touch lasers to OBD monitors, but they're best known for their suspensions and their exhausts, their intakes. It's a well-known company when it comes to racing, but they started getting into the radar and laser industry, and especially the OBD monitors, and so they'll be competing with I think they're using Comtech technology, and so they'll be competing with Yupiteru and Cellstar. But one of the things I do like about this about Blitz is that they are now it's free. So similar to Comtech and like Cellstar, it's free, where Yupiteru is the only one that does charge for it. And I will be doing a review, not the 402R or the 312, but I'll be doing a review on the TL242R, which is their latest version for the budget price. The 312s, the difference, I actually was looking at the 312s, but I said if I was going to get the 312s, I want it with an OBD cable, and they didn't sell that. they only sold the regular version. Whereas the TL242R, it's something that I was willing to try, and yeah, for the price of it, it's just something that we'll discuss when I review it in the next episode. But yeah, these are the latest reviews right here. As you can see right here, they have everything all pictured in, and as you can see right here, the 312s pretty much come with everything. The 402 does not have the touch switch, so it's missing that, but it comes with everything else that the 312 has. And then the 242s, yes, you don't have the wireless LAN, but that's perfectly fine for me. It doesn't have the touch panel, which kind of sucks, but it does have the touch switch. It does not, you'll have to update it by doing it on your computer, because it does not support micro SD, and there's a few other things as well, like auto share or the gyro sensor, which my A370 from Yupiteru does already. But the thing is that what I'm looking for here is, what does it provide for the price, and do you get your bang for the buck? And that's what I'll discuss in a upcoming episode, because I did get the TL242R for testing. Going to Yupiteru. Yupiteru has some new devices here as their camera. This one covers, I believe, the Marumie Y3100 has really solid coverage here, and I'm gonna go ahead and click on this one right here. There's a commercial right here, but in the past, there was a time lag before recording after startup. By adopting new technology, the system circuit and startup system, this machine achieves a maximum of 2 seconds from startup to start of recording. So I think that's a plus right there. That is true with a lot of devices. Sometimes you have to wait for their logo to show up, and then after the logo shows up, then you have to wait for this initializing of the system. And this one, it seems you don't have to worry about that. So now operates during G-sensor recording, external sensor, so high-speed recording of parking troubles it can do. And has convenient and safe automatic switching, so park monitoring mode or constant recording mode, you can turn it on and off. So that's another plus. There is no extra costs. Let's see here. So the cord comes with a standard equipment, okay, and it reduces vehicle battery load by approximately 98%. So this is very important. And there's two things that I noticed in Japan with certain people, is that one, OBD2 monitors, people leave it on, they kill their battery. It's important for people to know never to leave anything connected to an OBD2 or OBD connection, unless you have a kill switch on it. Otherwise, never ever leave it on an OBD. If you want to use a cigarette adapter, that's perfectly fine. Usually when you cut your power to your car, the power to the cigarette adapter does cut off as well. But yes, you gotta, one of the things that people worry about is the park monitoring, and if it would kill your battery, because it'll record every movement or any suspicious movement. But the thing is, though, is that when you buy a drive recorder, that's something to look at and to see how does it function after, right after the power is cut. You go back inside your home or whatever, or go grocery shopping. How does your device continually to record? And that's something to look at when you're buying this. But you get one front and two rear cameras. In fact, let's go ahead and check out this little commercial here for the Marumie. Okay, so there is no audio for this one, but you can see right here. It's covering the front, covering the rear, and the camera pointed right at the driver. So it's capturing how the driver's reacting. This is really good for companies, especially for accidents, and how it is able to to record, because sometimes people are wondering what was the driver doing at the time. Were they dozing off? Were they picking something up while they were driving? And a lot of companies, these type of cameras can be very beneficial, but also for your insurance company, especially the show like here. This person's driving, and if someone hits you from the side, you could see a lot of the windows, and I think that's a really good benefit, unless you have a lot of tinting, I suppose. But I've been through this road many times before, going to the Tokyo Tower and also the temple near it. Let's see here. Camera. Yupiteru. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I like what I see here, and I think that marumie is really a really cool 3-camera system to purchase. Whether or not it's available in Amazon Japan, I do not know. I did look online to see if the marumie is sold on Amazon Japan, and unfortunately at this time it is not. So that's unfortunate, because yeah, that would be something I would buy for myself to check it out. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out and see what else is happening. Going with okay, here's the big one right here. By the way, the marumie, the three camera, they sell Y3100, and they also sell a Z310. But here is the big one of a device that people have been talking about. It's this Golf Navigator. Okay, so we are going to look at now the YGN 7100. This is going to be a very hot product. Yupiteru devices are pretty much popular when it comes to golf navigation, and my goodness, they are selling this on Amazon Japan, and pretty good price. But the question is that I know a lot of people are using the black and white, the basic version, which is probably like $130. But this one, let's see here, the YGN 7100 Golf Navigation. Let's see here. Ordering from Amazon Japan right now. And my gosh, I think they sold out. This was just sold. Okay, here it is. They have the 7100, which is now on sale for $26,764. And for those of you who are wondering how much that is in US dollars with the yen and with the dollar to yen ratio. Let's see here. The price is $215. So that's actually pretty good. So now you're wondering, so what does this device do? Okay, well, it measures, it will detect the hazards, the height differences, and OB, out of bound lines, and it can be all seen in a 3.2 inch screen. So pretty much the same size of your, like a radar detector. It's about the 3.2 inches. So that's pretty cool. It achieves high positioning accuracy compatible with Michibiki L1S and Galileo satellites. In addition, a new shot point display function for the previous play is installed, contributing to score ups. So this one is coming in a white sustainable package with reduced printing. This one also comes with the game, and this is the Yupiteru Golf, and it features their Sakura character. Yes, it's available for Google Japan only, but I'm sure those of you who know already there are ways to get Japanese apps or other country apps on your phone. But let's see here. It has a log display function. You can check past shot points for up to 10 rounds. It contributes to score improvement by visualizing past information without relying on no memory. A large capacity battery, safe to use for 2 rounds, up to 31 hours of protection. Less worry about running out of battery during a round. It can be used for about 9.5 hours, even if the screen is at its brightest and the power saving boost is turned off. Wow, that's awesome. So the right here is just the settings. So you're dark, normal, bright, and so they're saying here that if you have it could last up to 9.5 hours at this brightest. If you just only use it for 60 seconds at a time, 19.45 hours. And if you're using it for 30 seconds at a time, or is it 20? I can't really see, but it's 20 seconds, 27 hours at a time. It is equipped with competition mode. So it can be used the height difference display, which is currently prohibited by the RA rules. Please check the rules of the competition before using. So I guess certain rules prohibit the use of height difference displays. So that's important to know. At least they put that as of June 2023. There's an easy button for those who are not good at touch panels. So if you want to just use it as a little like a joystick guide, you can do that. If you don't want to touch and leave your thumbprints anywhere. This one's a patented technology. You can see the height difference anywhere on the course. Industry first. Air pressure sensor adoption. Adopts an air pressure sensor that is also used as an altimeter, much more accurate than guessing from GPS. Automatically measures the difference in height from your current position to the green, whether from the tee or fairway. Achieves high precision height difference display. Wow, that is really nice. And of course, we got the Yupiteru Golf. You can enjoy golf when you can't go to the golf course. You can play the original game, Yupiteru Golf, for free with the smartphone app. And let's see here what it says on that. So how does the game work? So we're going to click on this real quick. Okay, so how does Yupiteru Golf work? It's a game app for smartphones and tablets. You can use the practice mode in rounds and improve Hagoromo 6, Fuji Sakura, and the golf rank more and more. In practice mode, you can train your shot accuracy and sense of distance and hone your skills for the round. By the way, for those of you who are not familiar with Fuji Sakura, there are a few characters that Yupiteru uses, such as Fuji Sakura or Lei, and they have them as radar and laser detectors as characters. So if you are safe drivers, the character awards you, and it's almost like a game. It's more interactive, and a lot of people like that. And it's really touching the heartstrings of the otaku, especially for this one for the gamer. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is probably the best way to get Fuji Sakura, because the radar detectors are so expensive. They're over $500, and they pretty much sell out quickly, and they're resold for such a high price. This one has practice mode to test your shot accuracy and sense of distance. You can strategically select clubs and play in earnest by controlling your shots. You can check your score so far in the grade book. It's an app that allows you to fully enjoy the charm of golf. Okay, cool. And here we go with Fuji Sakura right here. Read the QR code enjoying the game even more. By reading the QR code attached to the model, the UP Gold compatible model, and entering the serial number, you can play the game with the full package. Practice mode cannot be played without entering a serial number. Okay. And the QR code is a registered trademark of DensoWave Incorporated. So here it goes right here. Reads the QR code. Select compatible model. Enter serial number. Press the confirm button to start the game. And then it works. So the Yupiteru Golf is actually compatible with multiple models such as the YGN 7100, the GST 7BLE, the GST 5W, and the GST 5GL. So a lot of people in the US tend to use these black and white ones, and a lot of people tend to import them. A lot of golfers swear that the accuracy of these devices are very good. Again, I wouldn't know, so I never tried one. I have reviewed golf navigators before. I do play golf, and most of you who do follow my channels know that I am a big gamer when it comes to VR golf as of late. So I've been doing that ever since the pandemic. And I've been playing a lot of golf. Golf Plus, and you can see my videos online. We actually do have a podcast that you can watch, the JVR Podcast Edition, so definitely check that one out. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I think if anything, this is a definitely a device that I think a lot of golfers will want to check out. But again, it's full color. It's a little bit more expensive. It uses the Michibiki L1S satellites, including the Galileo satellites, and I can tell you right now that my radar detector does pick up a lot of these. Does pick up Galileo and other satellites. I don't know about Michibiki. I do not know anything about it, but I do know that that these satellites, or the position accuracy, is actually controlled by the U.S. Department of Defense. So accuracy may be altered intentionally. So they do put that right here. Easy navigation without operation. Just watch with automatic display. Looking at this right now, and it's just a little. You get the height adjustment function. You got the real green view. And it says that, if I recall, that it covers up to like 99% of the courses. I'm not sure if it's nationally or if they mean worldwide, so I need to look into that. Got a touch panel lock. You could turn off the backlight on or off to save power. It will also show you the Serizawa Nobuo's joint idea, which is displayed between 3 points. So you can attack the course strategically by knowing how many yards you need to hit the green on your next shot. Layup circle. If you register your favorite approach, distance, and advance, it will be displayed in a red circle. You can keep track of your play and use it as a reference for the next time. Course information for over 99% of domestic golf courses. Overseas golf courses include Hawaii, Thailand, Guam, and Saipan. So there you have it. What courses from Hawaii or Thailand, Guam, Saipan are included? I do not know, but it says here that in addition to over 99% of domestic golf courses as of August 2019, short course data, a course with 9 holes or more and at least one hole of 250 yards or more, is recorded, and compatible courses are added sequentially. Overseas golf courses include Hawaii, Thailand, Guam, and Saipan. Course data is Jupiter's original data. Course data free update. You can update the latest golf course data for free. Computer that meets the specifications and internet connection is required. Membership registration is free for Atlas Club, which is required, by the way, to download this course data. As you can see right here, it's pretty much Japan only. So that may limit a lot of you who are wondering if you can get U.S. courses. The only overseas ones are just those 4 that I mentioned. But you can manage the score of the round with SEO Plus, SEO Scopla, which is plus. So it's a service that allows you to manage the data recorded by Golf Navi, and it supports stats function, and so much. I mean, there's just so much to this device. But the thing is that I think for most people, the black and white Yupiteru device that are sold in America, that's in Japanese, by the way. It's not an American release, but they know how popular it is among golfers. But for this one, yeah, you may want to stick with the black and white one, because if this one is golf course driven, unless you live in Japan or some of the countries that were mentioned, it's probably not going to serve you, really well. But I guess there are some certain functions that you can utilize, and there's also the golf game, which is a plus. But for the most part, see here, includes handicap display for all courses, pin position registration, play log, easy usage guide. You can register your favorite golf course as a favorite, scorecard input for 4 people, sunrise and sunset times. It is waterproof, IPX7 compliant. It excellent temperature durability from -10 to +60 Celsius, equipped with LED backlight, automatic change of screen brightness, equipped with illuminance sensor, course data free update. Again, since this is using GPS, if it's using the same thing as what we have for the car, Yupiteru devices, once they gets the satellite input that it's early morning, which may be more how may I say this? Usually when if it's like midnight or so and you are in the US where it's just daytime, your thing may dimmer out, because if it does go by satellite, I do know that my Yupiteru radar devices do go dim, and then in the afternoon to night, then it becomes more brighter, and it's because of different time zones. So I don't know. I can't say that this thing will dimmer on you. I don't own the device. I am curious about it, and personally for myself, I would like to get one, but the thing is that I think it's kind of a bit of a hurdle, especially if you do it because you also want to get the game as well, knowing that the game is not released in the US. I don't know. Yes, there are ways to get Japanese apps overseas, but not sure if this one is available at this time. So, but yeah, this is Yupiteru. Let's check out Comtech right here. Oh, this is Laboom, by the way. The reason why I brought this one up, and let me go to Comtech right here, by the way. The reason why I bought Laboon is that you go to car-accessory-news.com, and this is one of my favorite Japanese bloggers when it comes to radar detectors, drive recorders, and so forth. This person dedicated for years of reviewing Japanese technology when it comes to those from drive recorders to radar navigator devices and so forth. I really love it. I love the site. So really good information there, and also videos, and also his personal opinion. He doesn't hesitate to tell you if it's bad or good. So definitely worth checking out. Okay, here's Comtech. As mentioned, Comtech is no longer serving the radar detection. What they are doing right now is they are pretty much focused on drive recorders. Still a popular company, but again, there are other companies that are really challenging Comtech, and I'm going to go to those right now. This is Viofo. Viofo is becoming a popular company when it comes to 4K drive cam recorders. And another one that's becoming very popular is Vantrue. And you can see the Vantrue things right there. They're a popular brand. but again, when you look at these, they tend to be very expensive. But that's the difference, I guess, with these companies where they specialize on one thing, and that quality transfers over to the slightly price difference. The other one's Akio, and Akio is also popular with their various devices. They do a lot of drive recorders and so forth. I am not sure if Akio is released in the U.S., but it's something to check out. Kenwood, of course, is another popular one. We all know Kenwood back then as for stereos, but lately they've been promoted for their navigation systems and their drive recorders. So, as you can see here, they have the GPS devices, they have the portable navigations, they have the car stereos, drive recorders, speakers, and more. So they tend to sell many different things, but of course the car stereos is what I am used to when hearing from Kenwood, but the drive recorders are catching a lot of interest from people. Kenwood's a really strong name, strong brand, and they do a lot of the mirror-based drive recorders. That's what I use. So pretty much how it's done is that you get these straps and you just put it in front of your car mirror, and then for me, I have it half and half. I have the front window and the back camera split in half so I can see what's going on. But it's really up to you. There's other different sizes there that you can purchase, but yeah, Kenwood's a pretty big brand, so and the quality is really well known. But again, there's so many other companies in competition right now that it's just worth checking out. But going back to Cellstar, I know that there are people have some strong opinions on it being more of they used to be used to be very one of the more expensive brands, but now they have been creating more affordable hardware. And I do like the technology that is there, so I think I'm going to go ahead and test the device out and see how it works. Again, I enjoy this technology, and also it's just not just technology, but there's a lot of things that I like using, from Japanese trains to Japanese die-cast metal vehicles to animation and so forth. There's just even music. Sounds kind of weeby, but the thing is that I've been covering Japanese entertainment for such a long time that I actually got my start with Japanese auto fashion for our publication. So helping Japanese cover it in the U.S. So it's something that I'm passionate about, and I'm not sure how many people are there who are passionate about Japanese technology, especially utilizing it outside of the U.S. But at least it's something that is made now possible and a lot easier thanks to Amazon Japan, eBay, and so forth. It just reminds me, I'm just sitting right next to my not karaoke, but my pachinko machine, and people are like, "You have a pachinko machine?" Yes, from Japan, and it's another form of technology that I do enjoy, and I don't have to pay anything, so that's even better. Pay anything in terms of quarters or dollars or whatever you put in there, in yen, of course. But the thing is that it's you do have to pay quite a bit for it. It's actually not that expensive for getting a pachinko machine. They range from anywhere from 300 to and up. I'll just say 300 and up. And mine is a AKB48 one, so that kind of shows you that what kind of machine I got. I would love to get an Ultraman, and there's other ones that I wish of getting. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the little update on that A370 for the Yupiteru, of the putting it through a sensitive, increasing the sensitivity and seeing what happens. and also to pretty much using it during various times and seeing if I noticed a difference, and I did notice a difference, especially for the dimming of the hardware. So I found that very interesting. But other than that, everyone, please check out our other podcasts. If there is something out there that interests you in terms of Japanese technology that is available for consumer use, feel free to chime in. I'd like to hear about it. But other than that, you all take care, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.